Good morning. I'm making 55-gallon barrel planters, raised bed planters, and my mom would like to have one, so I thought I will make one for her. So I picked up some 2x4s. I'm going to flip this around. You can see what these barrels look like before you, well, after you cut them in half and drill holes in them. Look at this. So this is what I've done. I have, this is like one complete barrel, but I have cut it in half, and I've taken a file and, got off some of the roughness that are on here. So that's what I'm doing. This is what you're going to be seeing in this video, and you can do this too. I got these for $10 a piece, and they're food grade. They had like lime juice in them or something. But yeah, it's a cheap alternative, and you can use these year after year. Taken a 55 plastic barrel drum that had food grade like lime juice in it or something, and I took my skill saw and went straight down the middle of it. On the seams where it was connected together. You can see that that's what I did. I followed the seams. I have these right here. I didn't want to like draw my line going down through there. I just wanted to use one that was already pre-existing because I knew it would be level. Okay, and then I cut some boards, and I'll put the length on here for you so I can begin the frame of it. I haven't put it together yet, but I'm getting ready to. I'm going to do this for my mother so she can put a few vegetables or something in here. I'm going to cut a board right here in between these two barrels for added support, and it's going to be approximately 36 1/2 of an inch to continue with this frame. So what I've done is I've cut some 2x4s. This one is 39 1/4 of an inch on both sides. You can see I've got one on that side, and then I've got one on the other, and I've got the 36 1/2 in the center. You can see it over here. I've got this little board right here because I'm doing this in my garage where it's nice and cool and not raining out. And I'm going to use these decking screws right here. I don't know exactly what the length of the decking screws is. Hold on one moment and we will see. So let's measure one of these decking screws. And it's the Star Bidder stuff. I use some of these on my deck. So it's approximately 2.5 inches. You can get you some 2.5 inch decking screws, you can see. So they will withstand the weather, and they'll be probably better than the drywall screws, but you use whatever you have on hand, but 2.5 inches will go far enough in here for you to do that. And you can see I've drilled holes in the bottom of the barrel with my drill bit to make sure it has enough drainage, and if it doesn't, I'll just drill some more holes into it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this screw, this drywall screw with this little star thing in it. I've got my little Makita. It's a hammer drill. I love it. So I'm just going to start this screw right here like that because I don't want it to wiggle around on me. And then I'm going to do this. And it's went in there probably around maybe 1/8 of an inch. And that's good enough. So I've got the whole frame done. Now I've got to move over. Hello. I got to move over to the rest of it. So yeah, you can do this too, and I hope you do because it should be simple to follow. So now I have turned the frame of this around so I can get the center piece of wood, which is 36 1/2 inches. I want to get that put into place. So I do all this myself. My husband doesn't do these things because he doesn't like doing these things, but to me, I love it because it comes so naturally. So yeah. And we'll just do one more. And then I'll go ahead and I'll flip it around. But yeah, this starting the nails first, the screws first with the hammer is a really good option. It really is. It's really good for... That way you know you're getting the screw in there. We're going to pause this. And I like to leave the barrels inside the frame. That way I know that I've got the right, pattern to work with. So I'm just going to turn this around. It is a little bit heavy, but that's all right. I can do this. I really can. If I can do it, you can do it. So we're going to put the, I'm going to push that down, make sure it's in there all the way. Get a screw is what I'm going to do. Oh my goodness. So it's down there. Get this started down in the center. You want to make sure it's like in the center, and use your hand there to hold this board down so it doesn't come up on you like this. So you've got that one in there, and again you can see it's went pretty far into the wood. It's went around 3/4 of an inch into the other side. And this is a good alternative when you don't want to sit in front of the TV or something like that. If you like to stay busy like I do, this is something good for you to do. It really is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the legs 30 inches in height. So I need 4 of them right now. I've got to figure out the design, but I need 4 of them. So I'm going to cut those. I've had to use my table saw to straighten up the edges because I don't have one of those one saws that you can bring down. So that's what I had to do so I could make sure that these were all even, because you don't want wobbly legs at all. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get me one of those chop saws. I think that's what they're called. I've got 4 legs at 30 inches in height that I'm going to connect to this planter box. The first leg on, I've put a total of 4 decking screws in here, and I'm going to just finish the rest of the way around. Okay, now I'm just going to move this around. It's getting heavy. I still got these barrels left in it. But I can do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to move it around because I'm doing all this in my garage. And it's not because it's the weather is kind of, it's yucky out. It really is. Let me just move this right here. You can see it's already sturdy, which is what we want. We want a sturdy platform. Yeah, so that's, I've got 2 more to go. I'm putting in the 3rd leg on here. Whoops, make sure I go in the right direction. That's backwards. Yeah. Yeah. And you can do this, you know, I would encourage you, if you have access to these like water barrels or things like this, these food grade barrels, do this, try it yourself if you got the tools. Because I'm sure that you'll be happy to know that you can just walk right out on from your back door and pick some vegetables. This is what we've got so far. We've got 3 legs. We've got the frame secured together at the bottom, and we got the barrels in place because I want to add stability while putting this together. Okay, I've cut some 2x4s for 42.5 inches right here to go on the side of both of these sides, because I'm going to put a board across the center. So I'm going to get these screwed on right here. I want to make sure that it's level before I start screwing it on. So it is level, so that's what I'm going to get doing. So I'm going to use these boards that I split in half, and I'm going to set them kind of like this is like on 30 inches right here, but I'm going to go with this like here as a guide so I can get about the same distance over here. So I'm going to put them right there because they are resting on top of the barrel right here. So it's really going to add the stability to it. So I'm going to cut these off even, and then I'm going to get this on, and then I'm going to flip it back side up to see what we've got going on. So I've got this dry set on here, and I'm going to screw them in. Okay, look at this. I'm going to screw them in because we're getting close to finished, I think. We really are. I just want to see, I've never done it before, and I kind of looked at what some other people were posted. I just want to make sure I don't have these near these holes that I drilled, but that's okay because I did not get weather treated boards, and you can get weather treated 2x4s if you'd like. Okay, so let me pause this. Okay, I've got that on. It looks all secure, so I'm going to flip it upside down and see what we've got. So here's our frame. I'm going to flip it the rest of the way over. Oh yeah, this is nice and sturdy. I love it. I'm very happy. And I haven't even stuck the barrels in it, but I do have to secure the barrels to the side. But yeah, look at this. This is wonderful. The frame and all. Yeah. Isn't that nice? And I've used a total of 7 2x4s is what I've done. And we're going to put these barrels in here, and we're just going to see how they look. I think my mother's going to be really happy. And I don't know if I want to screw these in here myself. I might leave that up to her, you know, whether she wants to screw them in or not. But look at this. Yeah, and we've got this stability underneath here. So yeah, I'm so happy I did this. And I'm going to put a complete list of materials that were used and the exact, you know, measurements. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and screw in the halves of the plastic barrels to the sides for my mother, so we can see what it looks like. This is all I'm going to do is just, I got like this box of drywall screws, and I'm just going to secure it all the way around, and then I'm going to load it up in my truck and take it to my mother, and she's really looking forward to it. Let's look at it. Fits perfect in the back of my pickup truck. The only thing I didn't like was I split the board a little bit, so that's easily replaceable, and the next time maybe I should just use a drill bit since the wood was kind of thinned out. Thank you for watching. So there you have it. We took a 55 plastic food grade barrel drum, split it in half, and used 7 2x4s to make a planter box with a standing frame.